All right, time for Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai. There we go. They were ready to press that button. Panthers lose to the Patriots 24-6. You got a headline for me?
I got to have some fun here. This is too easy. I said this on Sunday Night Football last night. It plays into, Sam Darnold a little bit. I see dead people.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
And the
I
movie
see
from
ghosts.
What was that?
It's
The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, with Bruce Willis.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Not the movie. Movie was good.
Yeah.
But I mean, watching
Sam
Darnold
Darnold,
play
yeah.
wasn't hard to.
Yeah. I mean,
It just kept getting worse. The interceptions kept getting worse.
yeah, they're horrible. They have officially reached horrible on offense. I don't know what else to say.
2 months ago, he was playing really well.
Playing really good. Again, it wasn't as good as everybody tried to make it out to be, but it was good. He's playing horrible. People have caught on to Joe Brady's offense 100%, and they can't do shit, really.
Yeah.
I mean, again, they got 6 points early on because of Patriots' mistakes. I mean, strip sack fumble on Mac Jones. Mac Jones had the interception to Stephon Gilmore. That led up to 2 short fields. Other than that, there was nothing to talk about until the third quarter, where now the Panthers were down 14-6, and Sam Darnold threw a horrible interception that got returned, for 88 yards and a touchdown by J.C. Jackson.
Right.
And that was night-night.
You know what was surprising to me?
Yeah.
Matt Rule came out, and he didn't say anything incorrectly, the head coach of the Panthers afterwards.
Yeah.
But they usually say, we just got to get better. I got to call a better game.
Right.
He was like, we can't have a quarterback just throwing the ball in the air like that. He kept coming back to that. I'm like, wow.
Right.
That's where he is with this whole thing, that he is just airing that out in the post-game press conference.
I don't think he can avoid it anymore. He'll look like he's playing favorites. He's got to send the message to his team that's like, it's not acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not. And, I mean, again, there's a bootleg. It's 14-6. He's running to his left. He looks like he's trying to throw to the back in the flat, or maybe Ian Thomas behind him. The throw was so bad, I'm not exactly sure who he was trying to throw to. And I know he's going against he's running to his left as a righty, but, I mean, we're in 2021. That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And J.C. Jackson, again, I mean, J.C. Jackson's phenomenal.
Yeah, right?
I mean, 2 picks. The one at the end of the game was very easy. Darnold had to kind of force the issue. I get that. But J.C. Jackson was looking the whole time. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. J.C. Jackson's one of the best corners in football. The Patriots are going to have to pay him $20 million a year next year. And then there was the Jamie Collins interception, so he throws 3 interceptions yesterday. 2 of them were on him. The Jamie Collins one, I'll say, it was just a great play.
Right.
I mean, he threw the ball over the middle. Jamie Collins was kind of in the line of scrimmage and in the fray, and just jumped up and snagged the ball as it was going by his head at like 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I mean, so, again, that's a little unlucky, but overall, their offense is shitty. And Sam Darnold is playing shitty on top of that, and that leads to getting your shitty-ass kick 24-6 to the Patriots, who are dangerous. And
Right.
I'd say watch out, because they're starting to look like a Patriots football team.
4 out of 5.
Uh-huh.
Top 2 running backs, 25 carries. Mac Jones only had to throw it. I mean, it was less than 20.
Ooh.
That game played out perfectly for the way they need to win right now.
They manage games. It's Bill Belichick. It's why Joe Judge we talked about, Mike Vrabel we've talked about. Like they don't care about sex appeal. They're just going to do, what do we got to do to win this game? Nobody's going to remember 4 months from now, go, well, they played a boring style to win 24-6.
They won.
They're just going to go, well, they won 24-6.
Yeah.
Played a good game. Mac is efficient, and they're starting to run the ball on everybody. Ramondre Stevens is a little budding superstar
good,
for them.
right?
Yeah. And their defense is one of the best in football. So from that aspect, I just go, watch out. Think about, they lose a heartbreaker to the Cowboys. They lose a heartbreaker to the Bucks.
Yeah.
And they outplayed the Miami Dolphins in week 1 and messed that game up to where you go, there's 3 games right there where, I mean, the whole year's different. And that's why I say watch out for them, because they kind of got, they got their mojo, this is how we play. Mm-hmm. We don't care. We're going to own it. And you're going to see, I think, a lot of victories like this for New England.
Chargers got their mojo back as well in Philadelphia. Chargers beat the Eagles 27-24. Your headline is?
Bzz, 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 jumper cables. Boy, I got it. Chargers charged up. Justin Herbert back on the ship. That Philadelphia pass defense reared its ugly head. What we saw a few weeks ago against the Raiders,
32 out of 38.
Right. That's the kind of numbers Derek Carr had. A few weeks ago.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and to me, it's the same offensive system. It's very West Coast centric. A million ways to throw for 7 and 8 yard completions. But yeah, really at no point yesterday during that game where they slowed down. You know, I don't know, Pete. Maybe you can look it up. Maybe they punted the ball once or twice, but it wasn't much.
No.
I mean, they went down the field, got stopped on 4th and 1 on the goal line. You know, they really never got stopped throughout the day. 0 punts.
Wow.
So that just tells you.
Is that good?
That is good. You know, they had a few mistakes here and there, and I think where they just had to turn the ball over on downs. But good win for the Chargers. Of course, what I'm a little worried about, I'm not worried about their offense. You know, I know it's the NFL. They might have some weeks where it doesn't look as good. But what I worry about is what we saw from their defense again, too, and that's what's weird about the AFC West. Because there's just every team you look at, you go, not just a flaw, like there's like a significant flaw that I worry about.
Yeah, some pretty major concerns. I think we have a number here on Justin Herbert, what he did yesterday compared to the previous 2 games. He started throwing interceptions, 3 interceptions in those 2 losses, 3 touchdowns yesterday, no picks, 84%. I'm glad you brought up what Derek Carr did. I think he was around 90%.
Right.
So, I mean, doing against that defense, there has to be maybe a little bit of an asterisk next to it.
Definitely.
But still.
Too many soft zone coverages out of Philadelphia.
Yeah, but still very well done.
Very well
by
done.
Herbert and the Chargers.
That's right. Got them back on, on the right track there. You know, and he's spreading the ball around. And they're going to have to win through their offense. I just don't think their defense, I like them because they have some playmakers. But as you see yesterday, they couldn't really stop Philly either. And
That's
we're
true.
seeing almost every week people just run the ball at will on the Chargers. I mean, at will. I will say this just to give the Eagles something. I like the way the Eagles have played the last 2 weeks. They've stopped trying to be like, we're going to make Jalen Hurts a drop-back quarterback. They're playing through the run game. They're using him in the run game, and it led to 176 yards on the ground. I think that's the proper way, but they got to find some ways to tighten up defense a little bit and stop playing so much bend, don't break style to where they just get slowly killed week after week with intermediate to short passing game.
There's one game we haven't touched on. Only one game.
Only one?
Do you have a guess? What that might be? I'm going to look for a headline on the final game.
It was a great game. Was it?
it?
I don't want to call it the Loser Bowl.
This is Dolphins beating the Texans 17-6.
I don't want to call it the Loser Bowl, but ... Damn, that was the Loser Bowl.
That's your headline.
Well, yeah. I mean, damn. I mean, did anybody want to win the game?
My goodness.
I mean, it was unreal. I just every time I looked up, I went, one team was driving.
9 turnovers.
9 turnovers.
Remember Ferris Bueller? Are you old enough to?
Oh, of course. Classic.
9 times.
9 times.
They turned it over that many times.
But then he hits the computer and it starts to drop down.
Right.
And he gets all flustered, the principal.
What was the number he dropped it? I think it was 3.
2 or 3?
Pete?
Right.
I think he dropped it to 3.
Yeah, something like that. Something in that category. Ferris Bueller's classic. Like, I make my kids watch that movie. Like, you got to watch Ferris Bueller, and they love it.
Did they like it?
They liked it.
All right.
Yeah, yours did.
I'm going to go with that. I haven't tried yet.
You should try. It's timeless.
Yeah.
That's kid missing school and having fun.
So
that
good.
translates to any kid.
Right.
What, I can miss school and go around and do whatever? This is a great story, Dad. Yes, it is, son.
And Cameron, trying to get along with his dad.
When Cameron was in Egypt's land, let my Cameron go. It's so great. Classic movie, classic. But yeah, I mean, every time I looked up, I went, they're moving down the field. Oh, turnover. I mean, Tyrod Taylor had some really bad ones.
3 picks.
3 picks.
Yep.
One, in the end zone, under pressure, I think on the first or second drive of the game, they leave points on the board. Man, the one we talked about on Peacock show last night where he scrambles to the left and he's going out of bounds.
Yeah.
And shovels it forward to...
That was a wow.
I don't know
that
what he was
with
thinking.
The Stafford getting spun around
and the Carson Wentz last week.
Going
You're right.
Lefty. Yeah.
That was like a...
We've had some very
full
questionable
Tropic
picks.
Thunder moments right there. I mean, full Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
So that game, again, I don't know if I feel any differently from them. It was a good win. I expected the Texans to win with Tyrod Taylor being back. But again, what you see there, too, is you're out that long. You're not going to be your same self there. Good for the Miami Dolphins. But I don't know. I got no other silver lining or anything to talk about with the game in general to go, well, there was this or that. it was pretty ugly and sloppy by both sides.
We should have a cutoff. Like, if there are combined, like, more than 7 turnovers in the game, like, that game doesn't get discussed.
You don't get talked about.
You get pushed aside.
Can you imagine turning the ball over 5 times and winning? Like, I've never been a part of that.
It seems
5
impossible.
times and you won?
I know.
I mean, that is a shamrock up your ass. Maybe that's what we should have made the headline for this one. But either way, damn, was that our last game? We got through them all?
That was it. That was
us.
Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.